Sell European Stocks, by www.profitableinvestingtips.com. Is it time to sell European stocks? The European community continues to have debt problems as ministers meet to consider the details of propping up Portugal, whose national debt has become a dangerous burden. The PIIGS, namely Portugal, Ireland, Italy, Greece, and Spain, have been in the news for years. Their collective national debt and economic instability has required economic leaders in the EU to come up with cash to bail out their weaker members. The euro has largely fallen on the news, although European stocks have been on a rally. Now it may be time to sell European stocks, as experts predict a fall in stock values throughout the continent. If you own European stocks and are going to sell European stocks, just what criteria will you use? Certainly any company that does business exclusively in the EU will be at risk, as both the euro and the GDP of the EU could fall. On the other hand, any European company whose business is largely offshore from Europe, such as in Asia, will likely continue to prosper even as things in the EU falter. Of course, picking new winners in biotech or other new science can supersede current economic factors. If one has bought European stocks as American depository receipts, then it can be easy to sell European stocks. Otherwise, one will need to deal with a broker who deals with the European Stock Exchange. European stocks, as measured by the Stoxx Europe 600 index, have fallen roughly 4% this year, while the Standard & Poor's 500 in the USA has risen by the same percentage. Add the likelihood, as stated by many, that Greece will default on its debt despite economic assistance from other EU members, and it may be better to sell European stocks sooner rather than later. The current bull market is more than 2 years old and, from the technical aspect, is about how long bull markets have run in Europe in the last 25 years. For more insights and useful information regarding investments and investing, visit www.profitableinvestingtips.com.